Good evening. It is Wednesday, August 16th, 2023, and welcome to the Town of Carmel Town Board meeting. Tonight we have 13 resolutions to vote on, and after that meeting we will be going right into our work session where we have 3. I ask our Town Clerk, Ann Spofford, to please do a roll call attendance.
Sure. For the record, Councilman Baranowski is absent, so we'll start with Councilman Lombardi.
Here.
Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes, here.
Councilman Channel.
Here.
Supervisor Kazari.
Here. So I call this meeting to order, and if everyone please rise and face the flag, Councilwoman McDonough will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence to remember all of the men and women who are fighting for our freedom and all of the people in Maui. Thank you.
Great, thanks. So, public comments, if anyone here in the audience, resident or business owner would like to speak, 5 minutes. Just tell us your name and where you live.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jerome Mitchell. I'm a resident of Carmel. My comment is going to be addressing the voter audit proposal. Just a couple of notes. This is in 5 minutes of research, and I think we need to put this in perspective. So according to the Heritage Foundation, there have been 23 convictions in New York State in the last 43 years of voter fraud. And for those who don't know, the Heritage Foundation is not a shrinking violet of conservatism. It's a conservative think group. So we all want fair and safe elections. That's the hallmark of the foundations of our democracy. But before we agree to any proposal regarding voter audit programs, I think we should ask ourselves some questions, because a lot of states have tried this and it has cost them millions of dollars. It's a lot of money, especially when it can go towards helping the community and doing additional things for the community. So my question is, specifically for the board, and it's an open question, obviously, but has anyone independently verified the findings of this organization? Do we have an idea of how much it's going to cost, the town? And these are things that concern me as a resident. Again, I say that against the rubric that obviously we want fair and safe elections, but we have to measure that about what the findings are. So when I look at situations like this, where according to the Heritage Foundation, which is a conservative group, and it shouldn't matter, but at the end of the day, this is where we're at. There are not a lot of findings of voter fraud in the United States. Okay, what concerns me is that when these groups, certain groups that push this agenda under looking for political expediency, what it ultimately does is undermines the foundations of our republic, and that's an issue. Also, what these programs tend to do is they tend to kick off the voter rolls senior citizens, people that don't vote. So they hurt more than they help. Again, we all want safe, fair elections, but also one of the hallmarks of the principles of this foundation is everyone's vote should count and they should have a right to vote. When you implement programs like this, it ultimately then it hurts American citizens. Now, if there are findings, legitimate findings, that suggest that there's voter fraud in this country, I think we'll all jump on board and say, look, we need to do something about that. But based on the current findings, there's nothing to suggest that there's rampant voter fraud, especially in New York State or obviously throughout the country. So my question is, before you vote on any resolution that would support this proposal, which would hurt us economically, we independently verify the findings of this organization, we determine how much it's going to cost us as a community, and then make a determination. Just due diligence, that's it. And I know Frank Lombardi's an attorney, I'm an attorney, so due diligence is very important, and I'm sure you guys know as a council. So that's all I'm asking you to do before you vote on any resolution that ultimately will have an impact on this community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? All right, so can I get a motion to accept the town board minutes from July 5th and August 2nd, 2023?
So moved.
Second. So Councilwoman McDonough and Shannell, second. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. So, Chief Hoffman, so our first resolution is making the probationary promotional appointment of an administrative sergeant, the Town of Carmel Police Department. Do you want to speak about that before we read it?
Well, we
Are you going to do,
believe we'll do those two in September
For
when
that
they become
part, yes.
effective.
Yep.
And we'll just pass those and then
Yeah.
go on to Detective Sanborn, Officer Sanborn, Detective
yeah,
Sanborn.
yeah. So if you just hang on,
Sure.
thanks. Councilman Lombardi, would you read this first one for us?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of the Police Department, hereby appoints Sergeant Laura Witten to the position of Administrative Sergeant, effective September 1, 2023, on a probationary promotional basis, subject to provisions of the Civil Service Law and the Civil Service Rules and Regulations. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough, and a roll call, please.
Councilman Lombardi?
With pleasure.
Councilwoman McDonough?
With pleasure.
Councilman Shannell?
With pleasure.
Supervisor Kazari?
Absolutely. Congratulations, Laura. Congratulations. So our second resolution is making probationary promotional appointment to Sergeant, Town of Carmel Police Department. Councilman Shannell, would you read that one?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of the Police Department, hereby appoints Police Officer Erin Macomb to the position of Sergeant effective September 1st, 2023, on a promotional probationary basis, subject to the provisions of Civil Service Law and Civil Service Rules and Regulations. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Lombardi and McDonough. Can we get a roll call when you're ready?
Councilman Lombardi?
With pleasure.
Councilwoman McDonough?
With pleasure.
Councilman Shannell?
With pleasure.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes, absolutely. Aaron, congratulations.
Congratulations.
So before I read the third one, you want to mention,
Certainly. Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, members of the board. Thanks for having us here this evening. As you mentioned, we're here on a happy occasion. We have for your consideration Police Officer Devin Sanborn to be appointed detective with the Police Department. Devin is a veteran of the United States Navy, and he's been a police officer since 2019, starting with the town of Wallkill Police. He joined Carmel PD the year after in 2020, and with us, he's taken on a number of additional tasks. He's been a field training officer. He's a member of our Marine unit. He's a member of the Mahopac Falls Joint Carmel PD dive team, and recently gained a certification as an underwater crime scene investigator, which thankfully we haven't needed, but if we do, Devin's one of our guys. Additionally, with the retirement of Lieutenant Dearman, he'll be taking on our defensive tactics and our taser training, and he'll be going down to the academy this fall to complete that certification as well. Over the summer, he had the opportunity to work with our detective division, and he caught a case that gained some local notoriety. And through a complex and multi-jurisdictional investigation, his hard work helped lead to the apprehension and arrest of the suspect. And in talking to him after that, I could see the level of enthusiasm and motivation that he brought to this case and to this type of work. And as a police administrator and just as a member of the general public, that's what you want to see in your cops and in your detectives. So as a result of the recommendation of Detective Sergeant Ford to me and from me to you as the board, I offer Police Officer Devin Sanborn to be appointed detective with the Town of Carmel Police Department.
excellent.
Thank you.
So our third resolution then is making probationary promotional appointment of detective for Town of Carmel Police Department. It reads, resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of the Police Department, hereby appoints Police Officer Devin Sanborn to the position of detective, effective immediately on a probationary basis, subject to the provisions of Civil Service Law and civil service rules and regulations. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by everybody.
I'm sorry.
Seconded by everybody. Could you do a roll call, please?
Councilman Lombardi.
With pleasure.
Councilwoman McDonough.
With pleasure.
Councilman Channel.
Yes, with pleasure.
Supervisor Kazari.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Devin. So who are you bringing up here? What? He said his wife. He said his wife.
Yeah, attorney.
Here we go. I, Devin Sanborn,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution
that I will uphold the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the state of New York,
and the state of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of detective
of detective
of and for the town of Carmel
of and for the town of Carmel
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
It was not us, right?
Oh my God, I was like a complete munchkin now. Thank you.
Congrats. Good job, Chief.
Get out.
Come back next week, or?
How you doing, Dan?
Oh, that worked out well.
Residency here, apparently.
You missed one, you can come back, you can come next week. Since you missed one last week, you and Susie have to come back next week.
No,
Just the two of you.
there was one, not the following week. The week won the 23rd, not the 30th.
Oh. I'm not in charge.
Actually, you are.
Where are you going?
Yeah, I don't care about the rest. I would leave too.
We all offered
Yes.
the 23rd.
But since you and Bob suggested that since the two of you missed last week, you guys
Yes,
should
you have
come
to make
in
it up, like
next
detention.
week and make it up next week, like detention.
Like,
Like detention.
Guess what? It's not happening.
You know, like
Take it out
detention.
of my calendar then. The event.
So if we didn't tell you, you would have showed up here next Wednesday?
I would have been here, and then I would have called Danny like I normally do. I would text her and say, Annie, are we meeting tonight?
Where is everybody?
And then she would have said, oh, Susie.
so our fourth resolution is accepting town roads and accepting responsibility for future ownership, maintenance, and repair of roads. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that one?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting upon the request of Town of Carmel Superintendent of Highways, Michael J. Simone, hereby resolves and acknowledges that certain roads and/or portions of certain roads located within the Town of Carmel, which may be or appear to be private, have actually been used as public highways within the Town of Carmel for a period of 10 years or more. And be it further resolved that said roads and/or portions thereof, a schedule and description of which are attached hereto and made a part hereof, are, at the request of the highway superintendent, now hereby accepted as town roads from this point forward. And be it further resolved that the town of Carmel hereby accepts full responsibility for the performance of maintenance and repair I can't say of
Pursuant?
the listed roads and/or, I have something that of the listed roads and/or portions thereof, which are referenced in the attached schedule. And be it further resolved that the town of Carmel hereby accepts full legal responsibility in, go ahead, Greg.
Perpetuity.
Yep, for the listed roads and/or portions thereof, which are referenced in the attached schedule. And be further resolved that upon passage of this resolution, a certified copy of same may be transmitted by the superintendent of highways to the New York State Department of Transportation. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Could we get a roll call, please?
Councilman Lombardi?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Shannon?
Yes.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes. Thank you, Highway Super and Town Attorney, for working hard on that. So our fifth resolution is authorizing a waiver of site plan bond and substitution of performance guarantee, New York City Department of Environmental Protection, West Branch Reservoir Auxiliary Dam Slope Improvement Project, tax map number 65.1-5. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that one for us?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the substitution of the performance guarantee and undertaken from New York City Department of Environmental Protection, General Counsel, Alyssa Stein Cushman, dated June 22, 2023, attached hereto, in lieu of the posting of performance bond as required under Town Code, Section 156-61J, for the project known as West Branch Reservoir Auxiliary Dam Slope Improvement Project located on property designated as Carmel Tax Map number 65.1-5. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call on that?
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Shannon?
Yes.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes, number 5 passed. The sixth resolution is authorizing award of bid Carmel Sewer Districts Number 1, Extension 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, Contract C-291. Councilman Shano, could you read this one?
Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for the solicitation of bids for sewer jetting and pump station vectoring within the sewer districts within the Town of Carmel, and whereas such bids were received and opened on July 20th, 2023, now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various sewer districts within the Town of Carmel, and upon the recommendation of Richard Vanzetti, P.E., Town Engineer, hereby awards the aforesaid bid for sewer jetting to TAM Enterprises, Goshen, New York, for years 2024 and 2025 at annual cost of $98,300 and $100,100 respectively. And be it further resolved that said bid contract shall also contain a 1-year unilateral renewal option in favor of the Town of Carmel for years 2026 and 2027 at an annual cost of $101,900 and $103,700 respectively, and be it further resolved that upon review of issuance of certificates in the form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Michael Kazari is hereby authorized to execute any other and further documentation necessary to accept such bid and contract for said jetting services. And be it further resolved that the cost of said jetting services shall be allocated proportionately among the respective sewer districts of the Town of Carmel. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various sewer districts within the Town of Carmel, and upon the recommendation of Richard Franzetti, P.E., Town Engineer, hereby rejects all bids received for pump station factoring services. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call?
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Shannon?
Yes.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes, number 5 passed.
6.
Wait, that's 6. Sorry. Number 7 is a resolution acknowledging emergency repairs Carmel Water and Sewer Districts. Resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various water and sewer districts of the Town of Carmel, hereby acknowledges the emergency performance of water and sewer district collection system, distribution system, and treatment facility repairs as fully detailed in the memorandum of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., to the Town Board dated July 20, 2023, as attached hereto and made a part thereof. I offer this as read.
Second.
Second by McDonough and Lombardi. A roll call, please.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Shannon?
Yes.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes, number 7 passed. Our 8th resolution is waiving the notice requirement in Section 64 of the New York State ABC law with respect to a liquor license for Dana's Diner LLC, doing business as Dana's Diner. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that one?
Yes, whereas the representatives and/or proprietors of Dana's Diner, 565 Route 6, Suites 1 and 2, Mahopac, New York, have advised of the intention to apply for an on-premise liquor license for which 30 days advance notice of such application must be sent to the municipality. And whereas the notice required by Article 5 of the ABC law may be waived by the town board. And whereas the Town of Carmel Town Board does not intend to comment upon the application referred to herein. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby waives the 30-day notice requirement contained in Article 5 of the Alcoholic and Beverage Control Law and states that it does not intend to offer any comments regarding said application for a liquor license at the premises referred to herein. And be it further resolved, the Town Clerk, Ann Spotford, is hereby authorized to sign a waiver of said notice on behalf of the Town of Carmel. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 8 passed. Number 9 is authorizing attendance at a seminar. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that one?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Glenn Drosy, Town Assessor, to attend the 2023 New York State Association of Assessors Fall Conference, Saratoga Springs, New York, from October 3rd through October 6, 2023. And be further resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel authorizes payment of reasonable and necessary expenses incurred in connection therewith upon audit. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Channel. Can we have a roll call?
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Shannon?
Yes.
Supervisor Kazari?
Yes, number 9 passed. Our 10th resolution in support of New York Citizens Audit, requesting an audit of New York State 2022 general election. How would I go about, ask for can I get a motion to table this?
Second.
No, you have to say, you have to motion it. Or am I can do it? All right, so seconded by Channel. All those in favor? What? Yeah, number 9 passed, yep.
Yep.
Yep. So all those in favor of tabling it?
Aye.
And aye. All those opposed? You could oppose.
No, I'm, do I have to do one or the other?
No, you could
Abstain?
abstain.
Yeah, abstain.
Okay.
Do you want me to do a
So-
roll call vote just to, or,
No, you got
okay,
it.
so you're abstaining.
So it's, yeah. All right, so
Mr.
the,
Supervisor, I think one of the reasons why we had discussed tabling it is because the Putnam County Elections Commissioner wanted an opportunity to discuss the process with us.
Yes.
So I believe she's coming to a meeting early September.
exactly, that's
Okay.
what I was just going to say, that
And in addition
the
to, I would
two
like
of them,
to
both,
invite both
both,
commissioners.
both the Democrat and the Republican commissioners wanted to come and speak to us. They're away at a conference and couldn't come to this meeting, so I think it's just fair to give them an opportunity to speak to the matter. So our 11th resolution is authorizing award of contract for purchase of bulk diesel fuel, Town of Carmel Highway Department. Councilman Shannon, will you read that one?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Simoni, hereby authorizes the award of bid contract for purchase of bulk diesel fuel for the Town of Carmel Highway Department for the period commencing retroactive to August 27, 2021 through August 22, 2024, revised April 7, 2023, to Global Montello Group Corp. Under New York State Office of General Services, Group Number 05602, Award Number 23236, and Contract Number PC 69480 at a price set forth herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lombardi. Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Shannon.
Yes.
Supervisor Kazari.
Yes, number 11 passed. Our 12th resolution is authorizing the schedule of a public hearing. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the scheduling of a public hearing to be held on the 20th day of September, 2023, at 7 p.m., or as soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a local law amending Chapter 111 of the Town of Carmel Town Code entitled Peddling and Soliciting, and be further resolved that the town clerk, Ann Spofford, is hereby authorized and instructed to publish and post the necessary notices in the official newspapers of the Town of Carmel, Town Bulletin Board regarding this public hearing. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Is that the right date? September 20th? Okay, that's enough
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
That's it.
okay, all right. Oh,
There is a regular meeting at the 20th.
yes, I just making sure. All those in favor? Aye. So, please post that public hearing. The 13th resolution is authorizing entry into a contract agreement for engineering services. Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes entry into contract for engineering consulting services to be rendered to the Town of Carmel in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof. And be it further resolved, the Town Supervisor, Michael Kazari, is hereby authorized to execute the extension agreement as authorized herein. Be it further resolved, the Town Comptroller, Marian Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any budgetary transfers or modifications required pursuant to this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Shannon. Roll call on that one.
Councilman Lombardi. Councilwoman McDonough.
Yes.
Councilman Shannon.
Yes.
Supervisor Kazari.
Yes. Number 13 passed. So, comments, we have posted a vacancy in the Zoning Board of Appeals. It's on our website. A letter of interest and resume can be mailed or emailed to the supervisor's office by Friday, September 15th. Of course, it's Supervisor Michael Kazari, Carmel Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541, or you can email it to amp2@ci.carmel.my.us. There is information additionally on our website. We also have an opening on the planning board. We would request candidates that would like to be on our planning board also send a letter of interest and a resume. If we could get that to the supervisor's office by Friday, September 8th, 2023, that would be great. Again, that's to me at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue. And you can also email it to amp2@ci.carmel.my.us. Did you want to mention that, or you want me to mention that?
Whatever you want.
Yeah,
I want to hear you say it in Italian.
he can say the whole thing in Italian. Go ahead.
So this coming Saturday, the Italian-American Club of Mahopac is sponsoring a Ferragosto evening in the Piazza. Saturday, August 19th, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's a Taste of Italy in Putnam featuring gelato, zeppoli, pizza, espresso, sausage and peppers, face painting for the kids, local artists, jumping castle, inflatables, live Italian music, and much, much more. So I think Saturday's weather's supposed to be very nice, so hopefully we'll see everyone there.
Manager.
Thank you. Any other comments? No.
I think there was a pursuant in there, so that's why you gave it to me.
Yeah, I can say pursuing.
Oh, okay, good job.
Now I can. All right, so if I can get a motion to close this meeting,
Second.
and all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, Ann. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, Ann.
It was fun.
Thank you.
So now we're going to open up our work session. Someone would make a motion to open the work
So
session.
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. So the first item on the work session is with our engineer, Richard Franzetti, PE. Consider request to acknowledge emergency repairs for Carmel Sewer District Number 4.
Good evening. On August 1st, 2023, Infomark, the operators of Sewer District 4, notified the department that the motor and internal computer PLC of one of the two air compressors required to process the CMF work at Sewer 4 had failed, and replacement parts are no longer available. It's currently, the plant is operating under a single air compressor, which is the same make and model of the age of the failed one. These units actually control the system and operate it. Both air compressors are needed to be functioning in order to prevent the CMFs from entering into a machine shutdown when they complete air-intensive processes such as backwashes, CIPs, maintenance washes, and running both CMFs simultaneously. It's a highly specific piece of equipment, and it varies from each individual plant. And due to the age of the system, the units are no longer under warranty, and replacement in kind is no longer available. Therefore, this particular manufacturer was considered to be a sole source. There is a proposal for the replacement for the cost of materials and installation by the manufacturer for $44,240. This will be funded 50% by the New York City DEP as is part of the regulatory upgrades that they funded. That was approved by the DEP, and so we will only be costing us about $22,000.
Excellent. Anybody have any questions?
Okay, so on July 23rd, 2023, Infomark, the operators of Water 12, notified the engineering department of a water leak between the water main and curve valve. This was at about 15 Allison. It was determined that the saddle had failed. There's an invoice from Cook Excavating in the amount of $10,209.96 to make the repair. And the final one is Carmel Water District 6 on August 2nd, 2023. B&J, the operators for Carmel Water District 6, notified the department that the inter-process communication, IPC, for the booster pumps at the plant had failed. The booster pumps are required to provide water to the district. There is an invoice in the amount of $11,730 from DNS Pump to supply and provide new IPCs for the water treatment plant. There are sufficient funds in the budget for this expense. We should note that the drive failed due to a lightning storm, so we will be submitting this to the insurance company for reimbursement.
Rich, on Carmel District 12, that saddle, do you know how old that saddle was?
Probably the original one from the 92, 94, whenever the system was built.
Okay. And those booster pumps,
Probably the originals. I have to get the date on that.
they wouldn't be covered, warranties are long expired.
No, nothing, any of these failing things, nothing's under warranty. If they're under warranty, I wouldn't be coming to you. I'd already have it done because it would just be replaced in kind,
Okay,
so.
all right, thank you.
We're good.
We good?
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Rich.
Okay, the next item is declaring equipment obsolete and purchasing a replacement. So the pickup truck, the 1998 pickup truck, that the maintenance department uses to get wood chips and things to do maintenance around Town Hall, and also to plow our parking lot. The mechanic is saying it's really not fixable anymore. I got a price for a brand-new truck, which is $63,000. So I don't think we want to spend that, Highway was able to find us a 2010 GMC four-wheel drive, clean, with 73,000 miles. The price of that, they came down to $16,250. So I am looking for a resolution that we can purchase that.
Are these like 150 or 1500 series?
Oh, I should have told you that, it's 2,500.
That's good.
Yeah, it'll be good, and I think it'll outlast, if the 1998 has been here all this time, I think it'll outlast me. And the last item is our Highway Superintendent, Michael Simone. He sent a memo, he's requesting permission to go out for his annual bids. He needs sand, guide rails, and winter mix. Now, that's a thing that goes on every season.
Hopefully he won't need much sand and
Oh,
salt.
I hope though.
So,
But if we can get any more rain, too. So if nobody else has any other business, we're going to be going to executive session to discuss personnel. We have openings on our boards that meet. So if I can get a motion to go to executive session and close from there. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.